Marvel Studios is about to change everything when it comes to Avengers Doomsday. This all has to do with the first trailer for the movie, which is coming out much faster than we expected, and it is rumored to have way more stuff in it than a usual teaser trailer. Because this is not just a usual teaser trailer. This is the first look at Avengers Doomsday, the next massive movie for Marvel Studios, but also, I think just in general, a really big freaking deal for the movie industry overall. So let me tell you what's going on, and then we're gonna gush about it because it's fucking awesome. So this is all coming from Chris Gore over at Film Threat, and he has a source close to him that says that he knows about the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday. Woo! Yeah, baby! Now, what's important to note on that is that Chris Gore absolutely has good sources. In fact, Chris Gore was the person that broke the story about the Big Chairs live stream. Chris's source tipped all of us off to that Big Chair announcement, and then we got the Big Chair announcement. First thing Chris says is that yes, indeed, the Doomsday trailer will drop before Ash and Fire, the new Avatar movie, which Chris notes is predictable, and there were rumors out there that this was going to happen. However, Chris said it's not a teaser trailer and that it's actually going to show you a ton of Doctor Doom. Chris even went as far as to say this felt desperate, or like the way he was thinking about it was desperate because you usually don't show that much for a teaser trailer. Marvel appears to be showing full-on Doctor Doom in his suit using magic. They're gonna set up that he's a sympathetic character, like they're going all out with this thing. And another thing that is described by Chris when he's explaining about the teaser trailer is that the suit, Doctor Doom's suit, is actually there to keep him alive. It's not there to like give him a bunch of superpowers and like benefits or whatever, but apparently this version of Doctor Doom needs his suit to keep his broken body together. Now that is pretty freaking crazy, and we're gonna talk more about that in a second because it ties into some other rumors and some theories that I have about Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. But hold on for just a second, because let's focus on the fact that we're about to get a trailer for Avengers Doomsday in less than 2 months' time that is going to show us Doctor Doom. It's going to show us Doctor Doom using his magic. It's going to set him up as a sympathetic character. It's going to show that his suit is there to keep his broken body alive. And even Chris Gore thinks this trailer is going to satisfy fans, that this trailer is going to pop off and really change the conversation about Avengers Doomsday. Now, the reason Marvel is even able to do this is because they have been shooting this thing for a long time. In fact, this movie was supposed to originally come out in just a few months' time in May of next year. But the film was delayed to December of next year, but they never stopped shooting. They're shooting the thing as though it was ready to go in just a couple of months. And so more than any usual movie, this film probably has a lot of VFX finished. It probably has a lot of stuff finished. And so they're actually able to show you more than usual. That is absolutely a part of what is happening, but it is also the case that this movie is a very important movie for Marvel Studios. And I think when Marvel looks at what happened this year with all of their movies underperforming and a lot of their shows underperforming, I think it's just obvious that there's a big fatigue of the current state of Marvel, what I call Phase 4 and Phase 5 mentality Marvel. This does have a little bit to do with the characters, but a lot of it just has to do with the sensibilities of that phase. There were no real clear signs of a direct story moving forward. Kang was at one time the big bad, and now it's Doctor Doom. Marvel's in a bit of chaos, and I think the proof is just out there. Again, look at the way the movies performed, look at the way the shows performed. I think people, even with Doomsday, which when it was first announced had this like massive big thing, people were actually reinvigorated and excited and interested in what Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom could even be about. But literally over a year later, and after basically no real announcements about Avengers Doomsday other than delays, I think the crowd and like the normie comic book movie going audience has been a little skeptic of what Doomsday will be. And in fact, some of the leaks and the rumors, I think, have disappointed some fans. And fans are, I don't know, I think basically what I'm trying to say is more so than ever, I think a lot of fans are on the fence about what Avengers Doomsday is going to be. And therefore, if they just came out and did a regular trailer, like a regular teaser trailer, and then 6 months later did an actual trailer, like if they treated this as though it were any other movie, I don't know that they would get the excitement level that they want. And I don't know that they'd be able to drive the conversation in media and in the zeitgeist on social media the way that they want to. So that's what this trailer is. And I'm telling you right now, as a Marvel fan, guys, like, look, I've been covering Marvel for years. I've been on YouTube for 9 years. I've been covering Marvel for basically 9 years. I've been full-time since basically Infinity War and Endgame, and those movies being as big as they were a big part of what grew my channel. But over the last couple of years, despite a lot of different projects happening and despite a lot of different shows and movies and things going on, the Marvel fandom has been way less engaged here on YouTube. I know that for a fact. And the unfortunate reality is, especially ever since the Robert Downey Jr. thing, all eyes and all attention and all focus has really been on Doomsday. I think that's why many people felt that they were able to skip the Marvel movies in theaters this year, because what's the rush? Obviously, it's all really about Doomsday, and there's not really been any setup for that, so I can't imagine that I'm missing out by not seeing these movies. I'll get to them eventually, probably binge them before Avengers Doomsday. I don't know that every person's thinking that way, but I believe that's actually a big part of the problem for Marvel right now. So this thing solves that problem. Oh my God, that solves the fucking problem. That's going to be crazy. It's going to be so fun for us, for YouTube creators, for people that watch YouTube. Dude, our live streams, all the stuff we're going to do, the breakdowns of this trailer, like if we're really just about a month and a half away from an epic trailer that's going to show us Doctor Doom, give us the voice, tell us about his backstory, show us his freaking powers, man. Oh my God, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm saying to you is, this to me is Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios changing the conversation about Doomsday. But okay, so let's talk about the contents of the trailer itself. Now, Gore is saying there's going to be an incredible amount of action. You're going to see Doctor Doom doing badass stuff. You're going to see him using a lot of his magic, which is probably very similar to that Shanghai thing that we saw where they had all of the green sort of laser work. There was like a holographic thing, and there was images of, you know, green magic. It really does appear that Marvel has some idea of what that's going to look like. So definitely be getting that, and I think that's going to be awesome. As far as who is he going to be fighting? Probably like everybody. Like you could literally see Doom fighting against any character in this freaking thing. I love this idea of him being a sympathetic character, that he's like this broken being. He needs his suit because his body is so devastated and broken that without it, he will not survive. Gore was saying that they're going full Universal monsters. They're going for a vibe of the Phantom of the Opera. And again, this word sympathetic keeps coming up. And although there are a lot of rumors as far as what exactly is the backstory for Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, a lot of it boils down to this idea that he is from a different version of the multiverse, that he might be from a real version or a more real version of the multiverse than the one we have seen in the Infinity Saga. And so perhaps his body is broken because he was from a universe that was literally destroyed. Or maybe his body was destroyed because he was using incredibly powerful artifacts like the Infinity Stones, the Book of Vishanti, or other crazy powerful things. There's something about this character that's going to make us feel for him, and yet he's also going to be terrifying. And this might be a scenario where Marvel actually puts it right out on Front Street what is going on with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, because if they really do want to make him sympathetic, then the trailer could strike a tone of him knowing the truth, like dialogue of Doom talking about how his life was taken from him, about how his family was taken from him, about how his destiny was taken from him. He was removed from the timelines, broken, battered, tarnished, cast aside, and yet he remained Doom. Like that feels like some Doctor Doom shit to me, man. And oh my God, I'm so excited. If that's the tone that they're gonna strike for this thing, holy crap, guys. So there you have it, guys. Crazy details. I really think you need to know this. And if you have other Marvel fans that maybe have checked out a bit on Marvel, you need to tell them about this as well, because this really will change things for Marvel Studios. I'm telling you right now, the moment this trailer drops, Marvel's changed forever. This trailer is going to set expectations that I think it will meet and exceed, and therefore take the Marvel Cinematic Universe back to that place it used to be, as the biggest game in town, creating the most spectacle, creating events that you could not miss. That's what Marvel used to be, and I think this trailer is the beginning of Marvel being that once again. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.